What's up, guys? Welcome to Light Novel Explores. Here we talk about all type of light novel and anime. Just a quick warning, these videos contain spoilers from the light novel. So now in this video we will review what happened next. Before we will proceed, please like, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. Now without further ado, let's proceed with the video. Today we're going to talk about High School DxD Season 5 Episode 14. I heard a weird sound. It sounded like something was gulped. When I looked around, there was a black block created at the place where Ophis was standing. A size big enough to envelop a person. So that's what happened. From the black block, there was a tentacle growing out. When I looked at where the tentacle was leading to, it was connected to the fallen angel dragon that was pinned to the cross. There was a very black tentacle, his tongue, growing out from his mouth. Samael gulped Ophis. I became confused at the sudden happening. But I could tell that those guys were up to no good by having Samael wrap Ophis with its tongue. Hey Ophis! Answer me! I talked to the block. But there isn't any response from Ophis. This is bad. I'm sure this is really bad. Yuto, cut it. With Rias's command, Kiba creates a holy demonic sword in his hand and went slashing towards the black block. But the black block devoured the holy demonic sword and made its blade disappear. Only half of the holy demonic sword was left in Kiba's hand. It erased the holy demonic sword? Can this black block erase and attack itself? Kiba created another demonic sword and slashed it towards the tentacle, Samael's tongue. But it achieved the same results as before. When he went to cut it, the part of the blade that touched it was erased, and the tip of the blade got split in two. Half dimension. When Valley made the wings of light appear, divine dividing, his surroundings became warped and all the things got reduced to half while making the sound of the sacred gear at the same time. That is Valley's having ability. But it didn't have any effect on the black block or Samael's tongue. Did he learn how to use that ability without turning into Balance Breaker? How's this then? Then Valley shoots a wave of demonic power from his hand, but it was also devoured by the black block as if it was nothing. It didn't even give any damage to the black block. It doesn't even have a scratch or dent. It's no use even with Valley. Then how about the power of destruction? Rias shoots it with enough demonic power to make things around her disappear, but it didn't do anything either. Is it stubbornly hard or does it have the power to avoid all attacks? While making a creepy voice, the tentacle attached to the block is getting bigger and is taking it towards Samael's mouth. It seems like it is absorbing something from Ophis who is inside. Wait, that's it. Sao did say, devour it, just before. Then I will just use the power of my balance breaker and I made the boosted gear scale mail appear immediately and wore it quickly. I also promoted to the usual queen. When I was about to go hitting towards the block surrounding Ophis, Sensei stops me. Eyes! Don't take it on. He's your ultimate natural enemy. He can't be compared to Valley. That dragon must have the power to kill dragons easily. I mean, the situation is already bad since Ophis can't even get out of it. The enemy is a dragon, but don't use Ascalon. We don't know what will happen against the ultimate dragon slayer. Even if you say that, something terrible will happen if Ophis is caught by them, right? I shout. Then Xenovia goes forward immediately and slashes down her Durandal at Samael. The absolute wave from the holy sword goes down towards Samael. Bang! There was something that hit it to the side. It's Sao's holy spear. You do a good attack from the start again, Xenovia of the Durandal. But there's no second time. Sao clicks his fingers. I thought I attacked with good timing. Is my first strike with Durandal easy to read? Xenovia asked. I also think it was good timing. But since she attacked first with Durandal at Kyoto, it's natural that they would be on alert. Sao did stop it easily. But you sure like to give a hello attack, don't you, Xenovia? I won't say any more than this. Then Valley turns into his armor form while releasing white lights. So my opponent is Samael. On top of that, two high-tier Longinus possessors. I have no complaints. With Valley's word, Kuroka and Lafay also made a battle stance. I'm not copying Valley, but I also made a battle stance. The Gremory team members also did the same. Sensei also enveloped his body with the armor of Fafnir. Anyway, there's one thing I know. If attacks don't work on the block or Samael's tongue, then we have to hit his body. It's absolutely dangerous to have Ophis taken by these guys of who we can't understand what they are thinking. Ravel. You are a guest and my precious manager. I can't have you dying on me, so step back. Ravel nods and steps back with my request. That's good. The wife from the House of Phoenix asked us to take care of Ravel, but that doesn't include battles that involve risking her life. I promised her that I will protect Ravel. In the worst case scenario, I have to at least make sure Ravel escapes. Of course, I'm not planning to let the others or myself die either. Looking at our battle stances, Cao Cao put on a smile of enjoyment. With you guys as my opponent, it will be dangerous if I don't become serious. Since Hades only allowed us to use Samael once, our plan will fail if we don't decide it here. Georg. I will leave the controlling of Samael to you. I will take care of these guys. Georg says it while controlling Samael. Can you take the two heavenly dragons, the governor of fallen angels, and the Gremory team by yourself? I will make it happen. If I can't do something as simple as this, then I basically have no right to hold this spear. Cao Cao's spear then makes a bright light. Balance breaker. Saying that, something in Cao Cao's body changes. A ring of light that gave out intense light appears behind him, and 7 bowling ball-sized balls floating up in the air appeared. It was a silent balance breaker. Until now I have seen many types of balance breaker, but this is my first time seeing something so silent and simple. Even the spear looks basically the same. Cao Cao takes a step forward. At the same time, the 7 orbs around him move as well. This is my true Longinus S balance breaker, Polar Knight Longinus Chakravartine. Though it's still incomplete. Seeing Cao Cao, Sensei shouts. A subspecies. The balance breaker that the previous, True Longinus, used until now was True Longinus Götterdämmerung. From the name of it, are you implying that you are the ideal ruler? Damn it. Even I don't know what those 7 orbs are. I actually want to call myself the ideal ruler of heaven. That sounds cooler, right? I don't understand what Cao Cao is saying. But a subspecies of the ultimate holy spear. What kind of ability does it have? Valley then says it after standing next to me. Careful. That balance breaker has the ability called 7 treasures, and has 7 sacred gear abilities. So there are abilities for each orb. I got shocked at what he said. 7. Not 2 or 3. Yeah, 7. Each of those abilities is deadly. Though I only know 3 of them. That's why it's called the Ultimate Longinus. There's no doubt that he's the strongest out of pure humans. Yes, among humans. Even Valley says this much. But the pressure coming out of his body is quite lower compared to Samael's. I was more nervous in the fight against Syra Org-san. But I shouldn't let my guard down. I was almost killed by him once in Kyoto. With the normal state holy spear that is. Cao Cao then moves one of his hands forward. One of the orbs reacts and goes in front of his hand. One of the 7 treasures. Kaka Ratana. Saying that, the orb disappears and break. The sound of something being destroyed violently echoes throughout the lobby. When I looked around, I saw that the ex-Durandal still held by Xenovia was destroyed. My ex-Durandal. Xenovia also couldn't react to the sudden action, and her sword was destroyed. The Excalibur, which was made into Durandal's sheath, was broken. Hold on a sec. It got destroyed like that. What did the orb that just disappeared do? And why did ex-Durandal get destroyed all of a sudden? No one could react to it, and everyone was astonished at the ex-Durandal being destroyed. That is the first one. Kaka Ratana's ability is to destroy weapons. The ones who can oppose this ability are those who are quite strong. Cao Cao says. Then the next moment. Splash! There was blood spurting from Xenovia's body. That's because there was a hole in her stomach. Goff. Zenobia spits out blood from her mouth and falls down. I can tell that it's a critical wound with one glance. I also made the Chiatsu Calathana change into the shape of a spear and pierced her stomach with it. If you couldn't see that, then that means you can't defeat me, wielder of Durandal. Hearing Sao Sao, everyone spread out around the scene. Hurry with healing Zenobia. Asia. Rias reacts right away and orders Asia to heal. Asia was standing dazed looking at the fallen Zenobia. She soon realizes the situation and goes to Zenovia's aid. Zenobia-san. No. Asia started the healing while crying out loud. Bastard. This shit. You hurt Zenobia. You hurt my comrade. Both me who was enraged and Kiba went towards Sao Sao. Just like me, Kiba was also furious. Sao Sao, I won't forgive you. Simultaneous attacks by me and Kiba. But Sao Sao easily dodged them with his holy spear and made another orb come to his hand. Itsute Ratana. The orb went past us and straight towards Rias and Akeno-san. Rias and Akeno-san react to it and try to attack. But, burst. The orb reacts to Sao Sao's word and it started to emit lights that envelop Rias and Akeno-san. With something like this. Both of them try to attack even though they are enveloped in light. But Rias and Akeno only have their hands put forward. Both of them looked at their hands with suspicious looks. They try to attack again by putting their hand forward. But like I thought, nothing happened. Is this perhaps? Itsute Ratana completely seals the unique power women have temporarily. This also needs a certain level of strength or you won't be able to cancel it out. With this, 3 down. Rias, Akeno-san and I were shocked at Sao Sao's words. He can seal women's powers. If people with the strength of Rias and Akeno-san can't oppose it, then that means Zenobia, Irina and Asia can't either. And if we have Asia who can heal sealed, then we are over. Zenobia is currently being healed. If we have Asia get sealed, then Zenobia will die. Sao Sao then laughed loudly. He had an expression of enjoyment of this battle. Defeating all of you in this limited space. Fancy attacks will give a negative effect on the complicated controlling of Samael. I will protect Georg and Samael with the minimum amount of movement that is necessary while I also go straight ahead by myself. What a magnificently hard mission it is. But Kuroka and Lefei have their hands glowing with demonic powers and magic and have them aimed at Georg and Samael. They are aiming to attack when the guard is down. Then Sao Sao's other orb heads to that direction. You are in the way. Kuroka tries to take down the orb with her other hand. Atsusa Ratana. It can teleport the person I choose. After Sao Sao says that, both Kuroka and Lefei disappeared from where they were out of my sight. When I looked in a different direction, Kuroka and Lefei were there. So this is what he means by teleport. I saw something outrageous when I found out about that ability. Kuroka and Lefei who have their hands put forward. Their hands were directed towards Zenobia and Asia. The attacks they did were originally meant to be aimed at Georg and Samael. But because of the ability, their aim was altered. The fire in their hands can't be stopped all of a sudden. Don't mess around. Welsh Sonic Boost Knight, change Star Sonic. I changed the evil pieces within me. I purged off the armor and went towards Asia with armor meant for high speed. I won't let you. She's my important Asia. With some attack like that. To take down Asia not with your own attack but with Valley Team's attack. I went in front of Asia with high speed and acted as her shield. Asia was so concentrated on healing Zenobia that she didn't react to the attack. Yeah, that's not a problem. I will protect Asia. Though I doubt I can withstand Kuroka and Lefei's attack with this thin armor. Even so, I will protect Asia with my life. Along with a loud sound, both their attacks hit me without mercy. The impact and pain go through my whole body. My thin armor gets completely destroyed by the powerful attacks. I spit out blood because of the intense damage I received. I spit out large amounts of blood. Shit. It hurts, doesn't even express the pain I'm feeling. Because of their attacks, I have my armor destroyed and took a critical wound to my body. I have black burns from my chest to my stomach. My flesh is torn and I have blood coming out of it. Damn it. My weakness is the naked me. And there's only flesh and blood underneath the armor. I fall down lifelessly. While falling down, I can see Cao Cao, who seems to be smirking. Securite. I already know your powers. It seems like you awakened to an unstable and more powerful ability in the match against Biel. Though there are many ways to fight against it. The combo of Triina is powerful. But there is a slight time lag when you change the evil pieces. If I attack with the correct timing for it, I can take it down. I can take you down in a few moves if I find out the strategy method. Bastard. He completely understands the Triina and my weakness. If an unexpected attack was to be shot towards the defenseless Asia, I will definitely go to her aid with Triina, Knight, that can move at high speed. And the weakness of Triina Knight is the thin armor. Knowing that, he teleported Kuroka and Lefei, who have high magic attacks, in front of Asia. He also calculated that I would appear there. He saw through my moves just by seeing it once. I can't even be a challenge to him. That is the obvious power difference between us. San. Asia realizes that I am in a critical condition, and she tries to send an aura of healing while she's healing Xenovia. But I need to have her continue healing Xenovia. Don't. Asia. I'm still okay. Heal Xenovia first. But. San, your stomach. Don't cry, Asia. It's just that the blood isn't stopping. This won't kill me. I'm on the ground, but I see a gold armor and pure white armor. Valley. Come with me. Geez. I just want to fight by myself. Valley complains but heads towards Cao Cao with Sensei. It's high speed. They close the distance between Cao Cao immediately. The spear of light that Sensei holds and Valley's punch covered with demonic power are released towards Cao Cao at the same time. A recital contest between the governor of fallen angels and Hakuryuko. I can rise even higher if I can overcome this. Cao Cao accepts this situation happily and dodges the high-speed attack by Sensei and Valley by an inch. He can dodge that. Cao Cao, is he really human? He surpasses humans and super beings. The armor-type balance breaker that is an embodiment of power accomplishes a magnificent power-up. But, because the power-up is too dramatic, the aura leaks out of the armor a lot. As a result, it's easy to predict how you will attack next if I just read the flow of aura. See. Since you increase the attack of your weapons or fist, the aura concentrates on those areas. Cao Cao says that while dodging. The weakness of armor types. He looks at things like that. How much of a strategy does he have against us? Then Cao Cao, who dodged their attacks, has his right eye glowing in golden light. Do you know about the evil eye? Yes, the special power that is inside the eye. I also had that planted in me. I had it replaced with the eye I lost against Securite. It's my new eye. Cao Cao, who dodged both Sensei and Valley's attack, looks down. Then Sensei's legs start to turn into stone. Medusa's eye. Sensei makes a noise with his tongue after realizing the identity of his eye. Medusa. Even an idiot like me knows. The female monster who turns anyone into stone with her hair made from snakes. He implanted her eye in himself. The 7 abilities, Holy Spear and Medusa's eye. How much power does this bastard, Cao Cao, have? Stab. The Holy Spear pierces Sensei's stomach along with a nasty sound. The golden armor crumbled easily and Sensei's body spurted out blood. What is this insane power he has? Sensei falls to the ground while coughing out blood. Cao Cao says it while pulling out his spear. Well, I did fight with you once, so I know how to deal with you. The weakness of that artificial sacred gear is that it can't reflect the power of Fafnir to you. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching.